Hi everybody, what is the real story with gluten, your thyroid gland, when you have Hashimoto's disease? Let's talk about it. I'm Dr. Darren Scott. I've been helping people for over 20 years get their life back from chronic conditions like Hashimoto's disease. If you have Hashimoto's disease, please listen. You need to stay away from gluten. And I know it sucks. I know you love gluten. We all do, right? But you really need to stay away from it. And let me explain to you why. You see, gluten looks like your thyroid tissue to your body. And so when you're eating gluten, the body thinks it's your thyroid tissue, and your body has tagged your thyroid to be destroyed. So what happens is it sees it, it activates an immune attack. And this will cause inflammation, and it'll keep eating away at your thyroid gland till you have no more thyroid. It's kind of like when you thought you saw somebody in the grocery store. You run up to them, you're like, hey, what's up, man? And they're like, what? And you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were somebody else. Well, this is what's happening when you eat gluten. You really need to stay away from it. Now, what I want you to do, if any of you that are watching this video and you came off gluten and you felt better, you notice a difference, put it in the comments so people know, all right? Because it is a real thing. Now, I do want to say, only coming off gluten typically is not going to give you your life back. It typically will help, but there are multiple things that are going on that you need to get resolved along with it. So let's talk about the other reason why gluten can be a problem. Now, you can actually have a sensitivity to gluten. Now, not a full-blown intolerance like celiac disease, but you can be sensitive. All right, so it's non-celiac gluten sensitivity. Now, take a look at this graph here really quick. When they check you for celiac disease, they're only checking you for one marker, alpha-gliadin 17 mer, for the most part. So take a look at this graph and you'll notice that's only one part. That's the highlighted yellow part. You could be sensitive to all those other parts of the molecule and have the same reaction, but they just didn't check them. So they didn't do a good enough test to find out if you're really sensitive. Now, we have a test, it's a blood test that checks all of these things. But if you're Hashimoto's disease, don't waste your time. You need to stay away from it anyway. And when you're sensitive, it causes GI problems, GI inflammation, systemic inflammation, and then that can be another trigger for your immune system to attack, and it's this vicious cycle. So, if you're having fatigue and thyroid problems, Hashimoto's, you're not getting answers, you're really looking for some answers, hit the like button, follow us, and schedule a free discovery call. We can sit and talk to each other. Let's find out what's going on.